My garden beds are an absolute mess. It looks like a giant got in there and threw a huge temper tantrum. And I'm actually okay with that. And I'll tell you why. We'll take a tour and talk about it. I'm Jackie, and this is the Little Half Acre. Here's one of my messy garden beds. I have everything growing in here, but I like using polyculture techniques, and that's basically, in a nutshell, putting everything in a garden bed that's good for every other plant. So as long as it's not a plant that harms the growth of another or interferes because it overshadows or whatever, the more variety that you have, the less pest pressure. So let's see what we have in this one. There's a tomato right there, a little baby basil that's not doing very well, some Swiss chard, some spare seed potatoes that I had. Didn't know what else to do with them. It's really not ideal for them because I can't mound up the dirt around them. More Swiss chard and tomatoes. There's some green beans growing up the trellis, which still haven't cleaned off from last year, but whatever. And let's see, what else do we have in here? A little bit of kale. Oh, yes. And some peppers. They all like each other. They all grow well together, so why not? Let's take a look at another bed. Here's another garden bed that shows how I garden. As you can see, there's a mishmash of everything. I've got some buckwheat in the front. The little pink flowers are beautiful, and the mason bees love them. There's some kale, some rattlesnake green beans. That's an heirloom variety that we absolutely love. Sugar snap peas that I'm going to save for seed. I have squash and zucchini in this bed. Swiss chard going to seed. We're going to talk about that in another video, why I am now determined to save all my own seed after this past year or two. Gorgeous. I think this one's called Fire Fresh. And the stems are a gorgeous, gorgeous magenta. They're not as bright right now because they're going over to seed, but it's a beautiful chard. More squash, zucchini, more green beans, more sugar snap peas going to seed. One little cosmos flower because, hey, I never say no to flowers. So, no, this is not how my parents gardened, or my grandparents, because they had all kinds of, let's say, just general pesticides and general fertilizers. We won't say names. And they had gorgeous gardens, beautiful straight rows of cucumbers, beautiful straight rows of green beans, beautiful straight rows of whatever. And I just don't like that because I am not using any chemicals. Not even the pesticides that are okay for organic gardening. Not my style, not going to do it. So instead, I have messy garden beds. But hey, it works, and I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching.